At 40 years old, LeBron James is already a living legend, yet he continues to defy expectations both on and off the court. While most athletes would be easing into retirement or coaching by now, LeBron remains one of the most dominant and relevant players in the NBA, continuing to compete at an elite level as he embarks on his 23rd season. But despite his undeniable achievements, there is one battle he still faces, a battle for respect that many assumed he had won long ago. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. LeBron's resume is almost unparalleled. He's the NBA's all-time leading scorer, a 4-time NBA champion, a 4-time MVP, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and a 19-time All-Star. His name is etched alongside the greatest athletes in basketball history. Yet, somehow, the criticism keeps coming. Particularly on social media, where countless voices shout out misleading and often bizarre opinions, one of the most persistent being that LeBron James supposedly lacks technical skill. It sounds absurd. How could a player with over 40,000 points scored, an incredible arsenal of skills, and years of high-level basketball not have technique? LeBron himself recently addressed this strange criticism during a candid guest appearance on a popular podcast. He approached the topic with a mix of humor and frustration. "I see it all the time on social media," he said, chuckling. "People say, LeBron doesn't have technical skill. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here with 50 billion points." His sarcasm was clear, but so was the underlying truth. Even the greatest players must constantly prove themselves. The last season was a milestone, yet another moment in LeBron's career that should have silenced the doubters. He became the all-time leading scorer in basketball history, combining points from the regular season, playoffs, and international games. This historic achievement marked a turning point, a moment when most would expect criticism to fade away. But it didn't. Some critics argue that LeBron relies too heavily on his athleticism, his size, speed, and strength, rather than refined skill. Others claim that his style of play isn't pure basketball. And there's a loud minority insisting he's a power player without finesse, without the delicate footwork or advanced technique that supposedly defines the best. However, anyone who has actually watched LeBron play over the years knows better. LeBron's game is a masterclass in adaptation. Early in his career, he wowed fans with raw athleticism and explosive moves, but over time, he transformed into a more nuanced player. His shooting mechanics have improved significantly. He's developed a reliable mid-range jumper and a respectable three-point shot. His court vision is legendary, able to see plays develop seconds before others, and his passing is often compared to that of some of the greatest point guards in history. His post-up game, once overlooked, has become a polished weapon. And his ability to read defenses, adjust on the fly, and find weaknesses is second to none. This is a player who has constantly evolved, who has refused to plateau despite years of success. Adding to this narrative, one of the NBA's current superstars, Milwaukee Bucks' Giannis Antetokounmpo, recently spoke out in defense of LeBron. Giannis, no stranger to criticism himself, knows how hard it is to be misunderstood or underestimated. Often labeled a run-and-dunk player early in his career, he appreciates the hard work it takes to grow beyond stereotypes. Taking to X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, Giannis posted a simple but powerful message. "If people still think one of the greatest players of all time has no technical skill, then I've officially seen it all." This statement resonated deeply throughout the basketball world. It was a reminder that the players themselves recognize greatness in their peers, no matter what the critics say. Interestingly, rumors have linked Giannis to the Lakers in recent trade speculation. Fans have imagined the potential impact of LeBron teaming up with the Greek Freak, a duo that would shake the league to its core and instantly turn the Lakers into an unstoppable force. However, reports indicate that Giannis is close to signing a new deal with the Bucks, committing to Milwaukee for the foreseeable future. Though the trade whispers are likely just that, rumors, the thought of such a partnership captures the imagination of basketball fans everywhere. Off the court, Giannis has been enjoying some downtime, and he chose Brazil as his getaway. Arriving in Rio de Janeiro on the evening of Saturday the 7th, he quickly immersed himself in the vibrant culture. He visited the iconic Christ the Redeemer statue, one of the 7 wonders of the modern world, soaking in the breathtaking panoramic views from the top of Corcovado Mountain. But Giannis didn't just tour famous sites. He also showed his support for other sports, attending a match featuring Brazil's women's national volleyball team, a testament to his respect for athletic excellence in all forms. Moreover, he participated in the opening of a new basketball court in Rio, bringing joy and inspiration to young fans and local players. His journey continues as he travels to Sao Paulo, where he is expected to attend the World Cup qualifier between Brazil and Paraguay. His enthusiasm for the game and life off the court reflects the same energy he brings to basketball every night. Ultimately, this story isn't just about LeBron or Giannis. It's a reflection of what greatness truly means and the hurdles it faces. Despite rewriting record books and dominating for more than 2 decades, LeBron still wakes up in a world where his skills are questioned. Yet, he keeps playing, winning, and evolving. And sometimes, the loudest voices aren't those that matter. His numbers, his championship rings, and the respect from other legends like Giannis speak louder than any online critique ever could. Maybe one day, the skeptics will realize that technical skill isn't solely about flashy footwork or dazzling ball handling. Sometimes, it's about longevity, mastery, consistency, and the relentless drive to improve, year after year, game after game. LeBron James embodies all of that and more. Luka Doncic. Once the undeniable cornerstone of the Dallas Mavericks, now the new face of the Los Angeles Lakers. His talent, never in question. His basketball IQ, among the best of his generation. But when it comes to his commitment to maintaining peak physical condition, well, that's been a different story altogether. Since entering the NBA, Luka's fitness has been a hot topic of debate. Fans, analysts, and commentators alike have all voiced their concerns. Despite his incredible skill set and clutch performances, the same criticism followed him: Luka needs to get in better shape. The NBA is a league that demands elite conditioning, relentless speed, explosive power, and rapid recovery, and many doubted whether Luka could keep up physically with those demands over a grueling 82-game season and deep playoff runs. And then came the shock nobody saw coming. Despite leading the Mavericks all the way to the NBA Finals just 1 season ago, Dallas made a stunning move. They traded Luka away before the deadline. The basketball world was left reeling. Why? It wasn't because Luka wasn't producing on the court. It wasn't because he failed to deliver in clutch moments. No, the Mavericks front office simply stopped believing he could be their long-term franchise leader. The physical demands of the modern NBA, they argued, were something Luka hadn't fully embraced. They questioned his discipline, his ability to maintain peak condition season after season. They didn't trust that he could carry them into a new era of sustained success. But maybe, just maybe, that trade was exactly the wake-up call Luka needed. Fast forward to today, and we see a very different Luka Doncic. The Lakers' newest superstar recently posted a workout video that quickly went viral for all the right reasons. In it, Luka is grinding through an intense leg day, drenched in sweat, eyes locked in on every rep, pushing himself beyond limits. There are no shortcuts, no half-hearted efforts. Just relentless, raw hard work. This isn't the Luka many fans remember. Not the one who showed up to training camp looking a step slow. Not the Luka who took half the season to get in game shape. No, this Luka is on a mission. A man with something to prove. And the fans are taking notice. Just weeks ago, Luka was spotted courtside at a Real Madrid basketball game, but it wasn't his seat that grabbed attention. It was his physique. Leaner, sharper, in the best shape he's looked in years. Rumors had been swirling for months that he was embarking on a rigorous conditioning program, and judging by what we're seeing now, those whispers were absolutely true. Luka is fully committed to the plan, sticking to it like clockwork. Since arriving in LA, Doncic has made one thing clear: he's not here just to rack up stats. He's here to win. To compete at the highest level. To bring banners back to the rafters of Crypto.com Arena. And the pressure? It's enormous. The Lakers are a storied franchise built on championships. Legends like Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and LeBron James have all worn the purple and gold before him. Now, Luka steps into their legacy. But with legacy comes expectation. And with expectation comes opportunity. This summer presents one of those rare opportunities. In early August, Luka becomes eligible for a massive contract extension. 4 years, $229 million. That's generational money, a commitment that cements his superstar status in Los Angeles for years to come. But it's not just about the paycheck. It's about trust. About commitment. Luka is ready to sign, no question. But before putting pen to paper, he wants assurance. He wants to see that the front office shares his vision, that they're ready to do whatever it takes to build a championship-caliber roster around him. Because Luka isn't here to waste time. At 26 years old and entering the prime of his career, he's determined to rewrite the narrative that doubted him for so long. That early playoff exit this year? Yeah, that stung. And it only fueled the critics. Maybe Dallas was right. Maybe Luka can't stay locked in. Maybe he's not built for the pressure in LA. But instead of firing back on social media, Luka let the gym do the talking. And now, the story is starting to change. Inside the Lakers organization, coaches and teammates are noticing the difference. They see the work ethic, the fire, the leadership. Luka isn't just showing up anymore. He's setting the tone. Exactly what this team needs. The Lakers don't just want a star, they want a franchise cornerstone. Someone who embraces the weight of wearing that purple and gold. And in Luka Doncic, they may have finally found their guy. So what comes next? With free agency looming, all eyes are on Rob Pelinka and the Lakers front office. Can they surround Luka with the right pieces? Can they build a roster that contends from day one? That's the challenge. Because if they do, if they nail this offseason, Luka's extension will be just the beginning. And if Luka keeps this up, enters next season in the best shape of his life, locked in, focused, and ready to dominate, the entire league better watch out. Because a hungry Luka Doncic, in elite shape, with everything to prove? That's an NBA nightmare. Imagine a trade so balanced, so strategically smart, that it transforms not one, not two, but 3 NBA franchises simultaneously, instantly making each team better, more competitive, and positioning them strongly for the seasons ahead. This is exactly the kind of blockbuster scenario proposed recently by Fadeaway World, involving the Los Angeles Lakers, Denver Nuggets, and Brooklyn Nets. It's a trade concept that fills glaring roster holes, opens new opportunities for growth, and sets up each franchise for success, whether that means chasing another championship, reinforcing an emerging dynasty, or rebuilding with a keen eye on the future. At first glance, it might sound too good to be true. But let's break down why this multi-team trade could actually make a lot of sense for all sides involved, and why it deserves serious consideration as the NBA offseason heats up. After the seismic trade that sent Anthony Davis to Dallas in exchange for Luka Doncic, the Lakers suddenly found themselves with a new superstar, but also a glaring hole in their frontcourt. Anthony Davis was more than just a player. He was the team's defensive anchor and rim protector, a critical piece that allowed the Lakers to compete at the highest level. With his departure, the Lakers were left exposed inside the paint, a vulnerability that became painfully obvious during the playoffs. The Lakers' efforts to bring in promising big man Mark Williams didn't materialize, and Jackson Hayes, another young frontcourt player, seems unlikely to return. This leaves Los Angeles dangerously thin on rim protection and interior defense. Enter Nick Claxton. Claxton is exactly the type of player Luka Doncic coveted when he first arrived in Los Angeles. He shares similarities with Derek Lively too, Luka's former teammate in Dallas, in terms of athleticism, defensive instincts, and ability to run the floor. Claxton's switchability on defense, shot-blocking prowess, and ability to anchor a defense while keeping pace in transition make him a perfect complementary piece alongside Doncic's elite playmaking and LeBron James' leadership. This move would not only patch up the Lakers' biggest defensive weakness but also elevate them from mere playoff participants to serious contenders. The Lakers have never been a team to settle. Even as defending champions, they understand the importance of evolution and adaptation. Denver's challenge last season was depth, or rather, the lack of it. Coach Michael Malone repeatedly expressed frustration as his key players logged heavy minutes, resulting in visible fatigue during the playoffs. Nikola Jokic, Jamal Murray, and Aaron Gordon were playing nearly entire games, leaving little energy for critical moments late in series. That's where this trade shines for the Nuggets. In this proposed deal, Denver would receive Rui Hachimura, Dalton Knecht, and the 8th overall pick in the 2025 NBA Draft. Hachimura isn't just a bench warmer. He's a versatile forward who can start games and stretch the floor with his mid-range shooting. His physicality and ability to guard multiple positions would provide Malone with much-needed lineup flexibility. Dalton Knecht, a promising young sharpshooter, offers floor spacing and instant offense off the bench, crucial ingredients for a deep playoff run. The lottery pick adds a future asset, a way to maintain competitiveness long-term without mortgaging the present. For Denver, this trade is about sustainability. preserving the health and energy of their stars while deepening the roster to withstand the physical and mental grind of an NBA season. The Nets, in stark contrast, are in a different phase. They aren't ready to compete for a title just yet. Their focus is on rebuilding, developing young talent, and laying the foundation for future success. In this trade, Brooklyn would receive Michael Porter Jr. and the 55th overall pick in the 2025 draft. Porter Jr. is a polarizing figure. In Denver, his defensive limitations and injuries prevented him from fulfilling his potential. But in Brooklyn's system, with more offensive responsibility and a clear role, Porter could flourish as a primary scorer. His ability to put up 20-plus points per game makes him an appealing centerpiece for a young and fast-developing roster that desperately needs offensive punch. Adding a second-round draft pick gives Brooklyn an additional asset to continue building their depth and develop talent for years to come. What makes this trade truly special is that it's a rare win-win-win scenario. It's not one team taking a step back for another to leap forward. Instead, each franchise addresses specific needs without sacrificing its core franchise players. The Lakers solve their glaring defensive frontcourt problem by acquiring a rim protector in Nick Claxton. The Nuggets fix their depth issues, gain shooting, and add a valuable draft asset, all while keeping their stars fresh. The Nets take a major step in their rebuild by acquiring a high-upside scorer in Porter Jr. and additional draft capital. And critically, none of the teams are trading away their franchise cornerstones. No Jokic, no Murray, no LeBron, no Doncic. This is a smart, strategic move designed to complement their stars, not replace them. As the off-season approaches and the rumor mill accelerates, don't be surprised if discussions resembling this one gain momentum. When three teams can all walk away stronger, smarter, and more competitive, that's when real, impactful trades happen. Could this trade become reality? Time will tell. But if you're a Lakers, Nuggets, or Nets fan, this is exactly the kind of move that could define the next era of your franchise. A trade that brings balance, hope, and a clearer path to success.